Taylor.
It fucking
Hey, Taylor.
works. So, JD, what are you? Some sort of like a universe guy? There's Carolyn being evil.
Hello.
No. And
Is this
she
working?
tried. Huh?
No, I just joined this thing. I was just wondering if you could hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh, are
Who
you Suzanne?
Yeah.
Hi, Suzanne.
Oh, welcome. Hi.
Thank you. I haven't been in here before. I just found this YouTube channel and found this link.
Well, I'm Taylor. I'll be your guide, and we're gonna do a little initiation if you're cool with that.
Okay.
Have you ever been hazed?
I'm sorry, English is not my first language. What does that mean?
It means tryouts.
No.
Okay. Audra, take it from here. I'm just kidding.
Tryouts. Okay.
Hey, hazing is something that we do for fun, and when you're a young, aggressive man, right,
Okay.
JD?
Recreational harassment.
Yeah, just go with that, and we'll see how it goes.
So, what do you know? What your type is?
I did the test one time at a recruitment company, and then I did it one time at a website, and I got the same thing. And I'm not sure what.
Did you go to the actual official website or free test?
16 personalities thing. I don't know.
Okay. What type did you get?
INTP.
Oh, nice. INTPs are cool. You're like me, but quieter.
Easier to take, right?
Right, but no less crazy.
No, that's crazy. Yeah, that's probably right. Well, I don't know about this NT and all that shit. I just took the test and started watching his videos, and it was a lot of blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's a lot of blah, blah, blah. So basically, do you want me to do a little crash course thing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you're an INTP. I feel like JD's probably more qualified to do this, but since he's being an introvert, I'll take it. What? Use your mic then. So the first letter I, it's the introversion, extroversion axis. Is where you get your energy from. You're energized by more by being alone, having time to yourself, being around people. Now you're not like alone or anything, but being around people tends to take more energy out of you than it puts into you. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
And then the next axis is intuition and sensing. That's the way you absorb information and process. Basically, how you take in information. You're an intuitive. That means you look for patterns in things, and it's pretty forward facing. You're looking out into the future and following patterns of that you see in the world around you. Sensing is a lot more what it seems like. It is the here, the now, the surroundings, physical environment, realities of the present and the past. There are about 70% of people are sensors and about 30% are intuitives. Talking with famous people seems to attract a lot of intuitives, where we can all be our own kind of our shared brand of offbeat. Next you got the thinking feeling axis. That's how you make a decision. You're a thinker, so you use logic. I'm also a thinker. Most of us are thinkers. I think all of us are thinkers right now, except for the little sketching down there. She makes decisions with her emotions, the sticky, gooky stuff. That's not rational. And then P, you're a perceiver. That basically means you prefer to. You don't make lists. You prefer to keep your options open.
Yeah, I saw this video about going to the store. And it's like, I go to buy 2 things, and I maybe get one of them, and 4 bags of other shit I don't really need.
Right. So you're an ENTP. I'm sorry. I'm an ENTP. You're an INTP. We have shared cognitive functions, which I guess I won't get into right now. But basically, we think very much alike. Our brains work pretty much as close to identical as 2 types can get. I would say, in my opinion, and I haven't heard this out of anyone besides myself, the biggest difference between an ENTP and an INTP is that ultimately an INTP wants to find a solution or a place for everything, and an ENTP does not. Because once something is resolved, it's the death of possibilities.
Death of possibilities, okay.
How's that sound, Audra? I see you making faces and stuff up there.
That sounds like it makes sense because it's just more efficient than us or something.
JD?
Why, thank you, she.
JD, did you hear my soliloquy?
This is not, I don't think it's ENTP JD. It's like Lurker J. It's a new JD, I think.
Oh,
Or different.
It's not the JD that's got a channel and stuff?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh,
He
okay.
claims, because we asked him and it's like, it's.
Dude, I've been treating you like
I
you're
don't know.
someone that I know and you're not.
Not the JD that I thought it was, I don't think.
It's okay. I know 3 JDs now. You're the 3rd one.
That's why he changed his name for us, so it was less confusing.
Yeah, quit confusing us, said she.
Yeah, I'm confused enough as it is, you know.
So, anyways, you're an INTP. You're one of the lucky few. That means that your cognitive functions, and I know I'm kind of rushing through this and you're not going to get it all, but your cognitive functions that you like to use are, the first one is introverted thinking. That's your logic. It's precise. It's deductive reasoning. And you use that to make decisions. Then after that, use extroverted intuition. That is sort of the ever optimistic world of possibilities and discovery. After that, you've got introverted sensing, which is kind of like the Dewey Decimal System of your brain. It's boring, but kind of nice to have sometimes. Then after that, you've got extroverted feeling. That is socializing with other people, reading their cues, and responding to them as such. So those are the conscious functions that you use. One of the things I find amusing about INTPs is that while they lead with TE or TI, I'm sorry, they're very, very precise type, probably the most mentally precise of all the types. You're very good at seeing what is causing other people's problems. However, you've got 4-slot FE. You can properly diagnose someone every time, and every time you will botch it on the delivery when you're explaining it to someone.
Yeah, sounds accurate.
Right. So I can. That's the tragedy of the INTP, is that they know what to do and they have no idea how to communicate it.
Yeah, that's very true. That's why I found this very interesting, because it was very spot on what's my problems and what is getting me into trouble.
It is. It's very interesting.
And like my friends tell me that when I send a message in writing, they tell me I sound angry because it's very short. It's just communicating exactly what I want to say and nothing more.
It's precise.
Yeah. And then they laugh at me because they know that when they talk to me, I'm not really like that.
Yeah. I like INTPs. My mom is an INTP, which INTP women are rare.
Yeah, I read that, but I don't fully understand everything yet. Maybe.
Well, you've got a dude brain.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean that in the most endearing way possible. Oh,
Jason,
fuck. Will you go get it?
I didn't introduce myself. I forget that you can't see my name. I'm an ENTP, so I'm like Taylor, only I'm a girl, so slightly cooler than him. But anyway.
Well, I can carry more bullets in my guns.
Because of which guns we're talking about.
This is like the second day that we've tried this platform. So, normally we use a GoToMeeting, which is, I don't know, the jury's still out on things. So,
Okay. Well, I got it working with the Manicam thing.
I don't have a 12-pack. 12-pack? You're not talking about my ad. She's flirting with me. She saw me in my underwear earlier.
Oh,
I know.
but she didn't get to see that date, did she?
She didn't. I don't think so. So, Suzanne's a new person.
Okay.
Why
Why is
she's
that
just being
funny?
cute.
Uh,
Because I don't know if you heard her, but she's being rude. I mean, not rude, just inappropriate.
You guys haven't broken her
Because
in
she's
yet?
a perv. No, we haven't broken her. You are a perv.
So what?
It's cool.
You guys are way worse than me.
She's a perv. She's offering to be a third. I don't know if you saw the video, but there's an email address. You can submit applications there. We'll call you in the order in which it was received, or maybe we won't. But that's just kind of the way that
You have a full monkey picture too.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was trying to say when you were like hitting me, because I said there's a weight limit. There's a weight limit.
okay, but for what?
Roller coasters.
Yay! But really.
Okay, I'm back.
You'll have to get used to me. I like playing with the difference between INTP and ENTP, because even though we think exactly the same, you're getting it precise, and I'm just kind of slopping in around and moving on. And so if I keep the pace up, it'll frustrate you.
Okay, so what is this thing really for?
Like the group?
Yeah.
So we talk. It's very loosely defined. We talk a lot about typology, and we talk a lot about cognitive functions, Enneagram, and stuff. And so that's always a.
Just to confirm, you'd like to call
I don't want to. It's great. But we also just come on and chat sometimes, so it's also kind of a social group, you know.
Okay, so just for bored people.
Yes, it is exact. It is a collection of bored people who don't sleep much. Is basically what we do. Is kind of the general population here. Yeah, we'll talk about anything. You know, sometimes it gets into, you know, it might be politics. Sometimes it might be astrophysics. Sometimes it might be something completely random, metaphysical. You know, we're always, people here do tend to like pretty abstract and like, you know, intellectual conversation. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Like I said, sometimes it just gets real chatty in here, and I kind of like sit back and watch and go, okay. I can play that game sometimes, but it's not my favorite game.
Yeah, so now when that other guy was talking to me, you were just watching. Where's
Yeah,
this
well,
going?
when Taylor's talking, half the time it's like, yeah, that's what I would have said. So me and him are,
Really?
yeah, our cognitive. So we're both ENTPs, and we have very similar enneagrams, and similar hobbies in some ways. So we're both Enneagram 8s, so we get along quite well on that vector too. We're messed up in the same way, or something. I don't know. I love Taylor. Taylor's great. And also, he's been on here a lot longer than me. So. I've only been hanging out a few weeks. There's a lot of regulars, but Eric's kind of the. can't say boss because we're a bunch of NTPs and we would rebel. So, but he did start this whole mess. Yeah. Well, it's really cool in here. Most of us are, I would say probably what, half or more of the general population in here is probably NTs or intuitive thinkers. So INTP, there's a lot of ENTPs. It's like apparently ENTP catnip in here. We just keep coming back because it's all like, whoa, there's more of us out there. Other people with the same crazy, and then a lot of INTPs because INTPs are awesome. So, and then there's there's INTJs in here. There's not a lot of ENTJs that I've seen. And there's some other intuitives. So in general, a lot of the people in here are intuitive. So
Okay, so maybe people who are most likely to be curious about this sort of thing.
Yeah, people that tend to be curious about ideas and very engaged
in the system.
And in metaphysical stuff. So it doesn't have to be out in the outside world. It can be just ideas we're thinking of, and that's important, or we care about talking about that.
But like that guy, was his name Eric?
Mm-hmm.
When I watch his channel, he has like a ton of videos, and they're very random. And he just, I'll make a video. Let's talk about, I don't know, let's smoke a little bit and click a little bit here. Oh, because of random shit. Is that the very ENTP?
That is very ENTP.
Yeah.
So Taylor gave you the crash course in the functions. So as an INTP, you lead with introverted thinking, and then your secondary is extroverted intuition, which is the idea scanner. It tries to take in the world as a set of ideas and connections, right? But you think about stuff first, and then you kind of have a reason to think about ideas, is the way I think about it. And then you use that NE to kind of come up with ideas, but it's more focused. And an ENTP has NE as our extrovert intuition is our main function, our top one. So literally we're running around the world going, ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Possibilities, ideas everywhere first. And then we have our introverted thinking, and we try to think about them a little harder. But we have ideas first and think about them later. And so, a certain amount of randomness and distraction and ADHD characteristics are totally normal for ENTPs.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys get more shit done than an INTP.
No, I don't think so. I think INTPs get more done. We get a lot of stuff started. I would argue that maybe ENTPs get more stuff started. But as far as actually getting it done, no, probably not.
Okay.
We have a lot of unfinished projects. I like to say I only have one hobby, and that is I collect hobbies. Because I've got too many to try to list them. I'm just like, it takes too much time. Like, ask me one. I'll tell you whether it's in my collection or not. Is my policy. But yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm more like I have this idea. I want to make something, and then I think about it, and then I sit on eBay for 2 hours, and I buy a list of shit, and then I put it in the closet, and I didn't even get started. It was a good idea.
But if you do get started on something, I suspect that you're more likely to finish it.
Yeah, I will finish it.
Yeah, once you get started. See, that's what you said. See, INTPs, we start a whole lot of shit, but we very rarely finish any of it. An INTP, you guys think about a lot of shit, but you don't always start. But when you do, when you take that step, I think you usually finish it. So.
Yeah,
so
that's the problem. If I start it, I have to finish it, and it's like it will take me so much time. And will it even be good? I don't know. Is there even a point? It was a good idea.
Yeah. No, it's usually good ideas. You guys usually have good ideas.
Well, not everyone necessarily agree, but that's good.
You'll find other people. We don't. Yeah, it doesn't have to be. Yeah, a lot of people don't see the possibilities quite so well. You find that you find possibilities and things. You're like, here's a solution, and everybody else is like, that can't be. That's it's not obvious to anybody else.
Yeah.
You relate to that? Yeah.